So what is it about this show that captivates us so?
Gene Roddenberry's original vision is very optimistic, which is nice, and I think that's something different.
True, but people stick with it. I mean, they've stayed with it.
They have.
We were like, all right, let's not do this in a way that feels like it's disrespectful of Trek.
Nerdrotic.com.
So Star Trek Picard has been delayed. There was and this was dropped by Jeri Ryan, and unfortunately I'm going to have to share the disgusting website.
Bleeding cool.
Star Trek Jeri Ryan prefers 7 on Picard, offers season 2 update. You heard right. Jeri Ryan prefers 7 of 9 on Picard than the entirety of her role on Voyager.
I believe I'm beginning to experience anger.
With Discovery wrapped its 3rd season, the Star Trek shooting schedule continues to crank with the upcoming. Who wrote this? Tom Chang? Tom Chang? That's a rough beginning to your article right there. Continues to crank with the upcoming spin-off Strange New Worlds and Picard back on the docket for season 2. Jeri Ryan, who made her franchise debut in Voyager, was asked recently about the rumors of Picard beginning its production. The 7 of 9 actress replied, soon. According to Trek Movie, Picard's first season wrapped in October 2019, with the following season scheduled to start shooting in June 2020, but Hollywood shut down of production amidst the COOF pandemic caused delays with a target date of January. Due to the instability, despite heavy protocols in place, production was pushed to February 1st, with star Patrick Stewart's first vaccination on January 22nd. The speculation CBS could be waiting for him to receive his first before resuming. While this may upset some Voyager fans when asked which incarnation of 7 she liked, Ryan responded, Picard. I mean, there's a way to answer that question, and I get it. That's the series you're on now. If you're asked that question, you answer with, I like them both. They're the same character. But no, she said, I like 7 of 9 on Picard more. The broken down, fucking drunk, forced lesbian 7 of 9. Upon Ryan's return to the franchise in Picard, it's revealed 7 wanted nothing to do with Starfleet given the Federation's shifting priorities within the Alpha Quadrant and embraced vengeance upon discovering the abuse of former Borg tied to figures in her past. It's a tragic twist given how her humanity was stripped away at a very early age, restored as an adult, only to be taken away again. Wow. This is the nihilism that has poisoned Star Trek, and the only reason they do this, and I'm not even going to blame woke for this, okay? It's lack of talent. Now, these people are woke, they're intersectional, and they do not care about Star Trek, but it's lack of talent. So what they have to do is bring everything down to their soap opera. I don't even want to insult soap opera writers right now, to their fan fiction level. Everybody has to create drama, but you know, a good writer does it in interesting ways. And they open up their drama book. They have a drama book and they're like, alcoholism, betrayed, just basic bitch shit. That's what they're doing. So instead of showing a 7 of 9, which could be inspirational at this point, and you could still have drama, she could still face things that test her humanity, or maybe not have her completely there yet and still on that journey. Instead, they take it away. So what? She could regain it again?
In the last 20 years, they've seen a lot of darkness, which has affected them. 7...
Oh, and she was just so tight with Picard. Picard and 7 of 9 were like this.
Yeah, dude, remember when they went camping on the shuttlecraft deck and built a fire, and then it triggered the alert, and and they all just laughed and laughed. And
it came on, and it kind of short-circuited, 7 of 9 because she had an open wound and it was to her wiring.
Yes, and then when you revived her, they laughed and laughed, and they rolled down the gentle slope in the grass and the leaves on the holodeck,
and had vigorous sex in a tent. Oh, maybe I wasn't watching the same show, but
no, that wasn't that was it.
Now, of course, she's working on Picard, and she's an actress. She is an adult pretender, and she could give two fucks about Star Trek. Just keep that in mind. And that's the disappointing thing. I think we were spoiled at first because the cast of the original series, for the most part, not everybody, did care about the show. Like, was into the show, was into their characters. They cared about their character's legacy. William Shatner, and I've said this in videos, is a guy I would trust with, you know, if in his younger days, if he was creatively in control of Star Trek, I would trust him. I would trust Leonard Nimoy. They've directed stuff. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody outside of that based on what I've seen from the people who are actively involved, especially with this show. Jeri Ryan, it's just a gig to her. She doesn't give a shit. So I can't hold that against her. Again, she's an adult pretender. But for Patrick Stewart to have creative involvement in this show for a guy who has openly had what I would say is disdain for his character.
I said to my agent, please, whatever I do next, please let it have nothing to do with science fiction, with space travel, with wearing uniforms, with being called captain, anything like that. Let's find something that's different. Fucking stupid they are.
He likes his Professor X character more than he likes Picard. So it's not surprising, but this is the kind of bullshit that Secret Hideout and Bad Robot, this is the kind of crap they introduced to Hollywood. Our stuff is better than the old stuff. And this is why people hate Bad Robot. And this is why people hate Alex Kurtzman. They don't show any reverence to the past. They just want to copy it as cheap as possible, as lazy as possible, and then shit on it. Fuck you. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help. And if you did this with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.